Hey everyone. Oh shit, sorry, my room looks so freaking dark all of a sudden. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. Alright, back. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to do another read out loud. Part 13 of A Dog's Purpose. So let's get this going. What do you think, Bailey? Do you want to do that, boy? Ethan asked me. His eyes were shining as he watched the little dog catch the plastic disc, and when he got home, he went right to his room and got busy making what he called the flip. It's like a cross between a boomerang and a frisbee and a baseball, he told Grandpa. It will fly twice as far because the ball gives it weight, see? I sniffed at the object, which had been a perfectly good football before Ethan cut it up and asked Grandpa to put new stitches in it. Come on, Bailey, the boy shouted. We raced outside. How much money can you make on an invention like this? The boy asked his grandpa. Let's just see how she flies, Grandpa observes. Okay, ready, Bailey? Ready? I took this to mean that something was about to happen and stood all to it. The boy cracked his arm back and flung the flip into the air, where it twisted and fell from the sky as if it had hit something. I trod off the porch and went over to sniff it. Bring the flip, Bailey, the boy called. Gringly, I picked the thing up. I remember the short dog chasing the elegant flying disc in the park and felt a pain of envy. I took it back over to where the boy was standing and spat it out. Not aerodynamic, Grandpa was saying. Too much resonance. I just need to throw it right, the boy said. Grandpa went back inside, and for the next hour the boy practiced throwing the flip out into the yard, and I brought it back. I could sense a building despair in him. So one time when he threw the flip and it flopped to the ground, I brought it back to instead. I brought him a stick instead. No, Bailey, he said sadly. The flip. Get the flip. I borrowed wagging, trying to get him to see just how fun the stick would be if he would give it a chance. Bailey, the flip! And then someone said hi. It was a girl Ethan's age. I trotted over to her, wagging, and she pat me on the head. In one hand, she carried a covered basket containing some sweet-smelling breads, which really got my attention. I sat down looking as attractive as possible so she'd hand over what was in her basket. What's your name, girl? She asked me. He's a boy, Ethan said. Name is Bailey. I looked over at the boy because he said my name and saw that he was acting strange. It was almost as if he were afraid, but not entirely, though he had taken a half step back when he saw her. I looked back at the girl, who I really liked because of the rich-smelling biscuits in her basket. I live down the road. My mom made some brownies for your family. The girl said, gesturing to her bicycle. Oh, the boy said. I kept my attention on the basket. So, the girl said, I'll get my grandma, the boy said. He turned and walked inside the house, but I elected to stay with the girl and her dog biscuits. Hi, Bailey, are you a good dog? You're a good dog, the girl told me. Good, but not as good as the dog biscuit. I discovered even though after a minute I gave the basket a nudge with my nose to remind her of the business at hand. Her hair was light-colored and she brushed at it while she waited for Ethan to come back. She too seemed the tiniest bit afraid, though I could see nothing that would give anybody anxiety except a poor starving dog who needed a treat. Hannah, Grandma said, coming out of the house. It's so good to see you. Hi, Miss Morgan. Come in. Have you got there? My mom made some brownies. Well, isn't that wonderful? Ethan, you probably don't remember, but you and Hannah used to play together when you were just babies. She's a little more than a year younger than you. I don't remember, Ethan said, kicking at the carpet. He was still acting oddly, but I felt duty beyond to guard the basket of dog biscuits which Grandma set on a side table. Grandma was sitting in his chair holding a book, and now he reached into the basket, holding out, looking over the tops of his glasses. Do not spoil your dinner, Grandma hissed at him. He snatched his hand back, and he and I exchanged grievous looks. For the next several minutes, nothing much happened. Biscuits-wise, Grandma did most of the talking while Ethan stood with his hands in his pockets and Hannah sat on the couch and didn't look at him. Finally, Ethan asked Hannah if she wanted to see the flip, and at the sound of the dreaded word, I whipped my head around and stared at him in disbelief. I had assumed we had ended that chapter of our lives. The three of us went out into the yard. Ethan showed Hannah the flip, but when he threw it, it still fell on the ground like a dead bird. I had to make some design changes to it, Ethan says. I walked over to the flip but didn't pick it up, hoping the boy would decide to end this embarrassment once and for all. Hannah stayed for a while, going over to the pond to look at the stupid ducks, getting flair on the nose, and taking a couple of turns with the flip. She got on her bicycle, and as she steered down the driveway, I tried beside her. Then, when the boy whispered for me return at a dead run, something told me we'd be seeing the girl again. Later that summer, too late in the season to go back home and go to the school, in my opinion, Mom packed up the car. Ethan and I stood next to it, and as Grandma and Grandpa eased into their seats. I'll navigate, Grandpa said. You'll fall asleep before we cross the country line, Grandma replied. Now, Ethan, you're a big boy. You be good. You can call if you have any problems. Ethan squirmed under his mother's hug. I know, he said. We'll be back in 2 days. You need anything, you can ask Mr. Huntley next door. I made you a casserole. I know, Ethan said. Bailey, you take good care of Ethan, okay? I wag my tail in cheerful non-comparison. Where are we going for a car ride on, or what? I stayed by myself all the time when I was his age, Grandpa said. This will be good for him. I could feel worry and hesitation in Mom, but eventually she got behind the wheel. I love you, Ethan, Mom said. Ethan muttered something, kicked at the dirt. The car rolled over down the driveway, and Ethan and I slowly watched it go. Come on, Bailey, he shouted when it was out of sight. We ran into the house. Everything was suddenly more fun. The boy ate some lunch, and when he was done, he pulled a plate on the floor for me to lick. We went into the barn, and he climbed up on the rafts when I barked, and when he jumped into a pile of hay, I tackled him. An inky shadow from the corner told me the cat was watching all of this, but when I tried over to investigate, she slid off and vanished. I became uneasy when Ethan unlocked the gun cabinet, something he had never done without Grandpa being there. Guns made me nervous. They reminded me of when Todd threw a firecracker and banged so close to me I felt a pulsion against my skin. But Ethan was so excited I couldn't help but practice around at his feet. He put some cans on a fence and shot the gun, and the cans went flying. I couldn't quite understand the concept between the cans and the bang of the gun, but knew it was somehow really related, and judging from the boys' reaction, glorious fun. Flair snorted and trotted to the far end of the yard, distancing himself from all the commotion. After that, the boy made dinner by warming up some sauce-lent chicken. We sat in the living room, and he put on the television and ate off of a plate in his lap, tossing me pieces of skin. Now this kind of fun I understood. After that moment, I didn't care if Mom ever came back. After I lit the plate, which the boy left on the floor, I decided to test the new rules and climb up in Grandpa's soft chair, looking over my shoulder to see if I draw the spent down command. The boy just stared at the television, so I curled up for a nap. I drowsily resigned the telephone reading and heard the boy say bed. But when he hung up, he didn't go to bed. He sat down to watch more television. I was in a soiled sleep when a sudden sense of something wrong roused me with a jolt. The boy was sitting stiffly upright, his head cocked. "Did you hear a noise?" he whispered at me. I debated whether the urgency I sensed in his voice meant that my nap was over. I decided that what was needed was a calming influence, and lowered my head back on the soft cushion. From within the house there was a light thump. "Bailey," the boy hissed. Okay, this was serious. I got off the chair, stretched, and looked at him expectantly. He reached down and touched my head, and his fear leaped from his skin. "Hello?" he called. "Is someone there?" He froze, and I emulated his posture. On high alert, I wasn't at all sure what was happening, but I knew there was a threat. When another thump caused him to jump, fright rippled over his skin. I prepared myself to face whatever or whoever was the problem. I could feel the fear rising on my back, and I gave a low growl of warning. At the sound of my growl, the boy moved silently across the room. I shuffled after him and still alert, and watched as he opened the gun cabinet for the second time that day. 11. Holding Grandpa's rifle in his trembling hands, the boy crept up the stairs, down the hall, and into Mom's bedroom. I was right on his heels. Ethan shut her bathroom and under the bed, and when he whipped the closed door open, he yelled, "Ha!" Scared me half to death. We repeated this examination in the boys' room, Grandma and Grandpa's room, and the small room with the couch where Grandma slept with Grandpa made his loud thumping noises at night. Before leaving on the car ride, Grandma had been in his room doing more work on the flip, trying to fix it at Ethan's direction, and it was called the sewing room. The boy checked the whole house, Grandpa's gun out in the front of him, and he rattled every knob and tested every window passing through the living room. I walked hopefully over to Grandpa's chair, but the boy still wanted to explore the house. So with a weary sigh, I accompanied him on a check of the shower currents. Finally, he returned to Mom's room. He worked the doorknob, and then he tried her dresser over in front of the door. He set the rifle down next to the bed and called me up to lie with him. When he clung to me, I was reminded of how he sometimes came out to the doghouse in the garage where Mom and Dad were showering. He felt full of same lonely terror. I let him as comfortably as I knew how. We were together. How could anything be wrong? The next morning we slept in and then had a fabulous breakfast. I ate toast crust and lit scrambled eggs and finished his milk for him. With a great day, Ethan put more food in a bag, along with a bottle that he filled with water, and slid the whole thing in his backpack. We were going for a walk. Sometimes Ethan and I would go for a walk, and he'd take sandwiches for us to share. Lately, his walks always seemed to take us down by where the girl lived. I could smell her scent on the mailbox. The boy would stand and look at the house, and then we'd turn around and go back home. The fear from the night before was totally gone. Whistling, the boy went out to take care of the flare, who wandered over to eat the bucket of dry, tasteless seeds, or whatever they were, that she munched on when she wasn't trying to make herself sick with grass. I was surprised, though, when the boy fetched a blanket and a shiny leather saddle from the barn and affixed them to the horse's back. We'd done this a few times before, with Ethan climbing up to sit high on Flair's back, but always with Grandpa there, and always with the gate to Flair's yard firmly closed.